Hello everybody, welcome back. It's Tuesday the 7th of March and I am here on the South Promenade. As you can see now, the sea is definitely on its way out. The beach patrol have just driven down the prom and taken all of the chains off the steps as the sea goes out. So yeah, I'm just at the end of my lower prom walk because I've reached South Pier. You can have a little zoom in there on the end. Have a little closer look at the pier. I won't zoom any further because if I zoom in any further the camera will probably get all wobbly. When it's just a little bit zoomed in, keep it reasonably still. Okay, out we go again, and let's walk up this little ramp and finish off this vlog. As you can see now, all the chains are off, so we can actually go up these stairs now instead of going up the ramp, because the beach patrol have just moved all the chains, so that's good. You can see there the Viking Hotel, the talk of the coast. That's been there many years. My second paying job, well, if I don't count working in my nana's cafe clearing tables, my first actual paying job that wasn't for a family member was for Tracy's Tucking, the little fish and chip cafe on Bond Street. And my second paying job was at the Viking Hotel. I did not have fun there. Let's just leave that conversation there. Yeah, it's not a fun time for me working there. Look down the tram tracks there, you can see the Pleasure Beach down there. In fact, while the cars are coming, I think I'll just walk down here, and we might as well now just walk as far as South Pier and the Sandcastle, so we can get a look down here. My throat's feeling a little bit better as I carry on. I'm just trying to keep on going. I want to try and get all my vlogs done today, or a few done today, because I've not been posting much for the last week because I've been so sick. I've not been able to leave the house or really speak. I've just been way too poorly. There goes a tram. It's going to go all the way to Fleetwood Ferry, and right behind the tram is the beach patrol car, Jeep, Land Rover, whatever it is. Is it Jeep? I think so. Feel free to correct me in the comments. I always appreciate people who provide me with these little nuggets of information. So yeah, let's take a look at the front of South Pier. There we go. That is the entrance. Family fun fair, amusement arcades, bars, thrilling rides and the sky coaster. Part of me really wants to go on the sky coaster. And there's another part of me that is like, hell no, I daren't go on it. I want to go on it, but I don't want to go on it all at the same time, if that makes sense. Kind of like the Starflyer the year before last. I wanted to go on it, and I didn't want to go on it at the same time. So I actually got on it just to find out which one it was. And once the ride started, it was very clear that I indeed did not want to be on it. It's flipping scary as anything, that was. Got the velvet coaster there, a Wetherspoons. I've never been in there when it was a velvet coaster, but many years ago when it used to be the Lucky Star arcade, I used to go in there a lot as a kid. I did like the Lucky Star. Alongside the Velvet Coaster is Withnail Road. I've got Withnail Road on my Streets of Blackpool series. It's not a new video, it's probably a couple of years old now. I can't really recall how old it is. I think I started the Streets of Blackpool service in 2018. So I'm not sure how old the Withnail Road video is. Anywho, we are here now, outside the Sandcastle water park. Casino next door, and there is the water park. I have never been in a casino in my entire life, from what I can remember. If I've ever been in one with a friend when I was younger, I've never gambled in a casino, but I don't really recall ever going in one. There you go, we can see all the rides on the outside of the sandcastle. And there is Osborne Road. That runs alongside of the pleasure beach off the Promenade. Years and years ago, when I was a little kid, we all got the idea, kids, that you could make a few pennies, a few coppers, you know, bag carrying, taking people's bags to the hotels. So I went to the Yellowways coach station, which, for those of you that don't remember that, it is Ansdell Road, Queen Victoria Road, Bloomfield Road, where the Lidl's is now. Used to be Yellowways coach station, and I hung around there with my little trolley truck, and I was really shy, and like almost too shy to approach anyone. And eventually this big dude came out with a woman that I assumed was his wife walking next to him. I says, "Where are you going?" And he goes, "Osborne Road." And I knew the road, even though I was only little. I knew the road because I'd walked to the pleasure a few times. I was like, yeah, I can walk there. It's a bit far, but you know, I like walking. I've always liked walking. So anywho, I get my little bungee elastics and I bungee this dude's suitcase onto my little trolley truck thing, and this dude's case is heavy. I mean, I am just a weak little kid at the time, but this dude's case is super heavy. So, but I just grit my teeth and drag it down and think of making a bit of money. So after what seemed like ages, we eventually got to Osborne Road, and it was like super duper awkward journey because I was walking behind this dude and his wife, and they were just talking to themselves and ignoring me completely. And to be honest, why would they talk to me? They'd have no reason to, and I think I would have felt more awkward if they had talked to me, if that makes sense. But yeah, I was feeling super duper awkward, and I got to the little holiday flat, guest house, wherever we're staying at Osborne Road, and I unbungee his bag. He takes it off my little trolley truck, and I'm stood there waiting for like my tip, like a few pence, and this dude's just like, "What are you still effing waiting for? Bugger off. We're here now." And he just went into his hotel and didn't give me a penny. And I remember I ran home in like floods of tears. And it wasn't just the money. I mean, it was the money, but it wasn't just the money, it was everything, you know. I was hot and tired, and I'd walked, which was a long way for a little kid, and not even gotten like 10p for my troubles. And I told my dad, and my dad was like, "That's bloody disgusting, that is. Bloody disgusting." He said, "What was this guy like?" So I described this guy to my dad, and a couple of weeks later, my dad went, "I've got something for you." And I went, "What?" And he gives me 50p or 20p, I can't remember, it was either 20p or 50p, but he gives me some money, and he goes, I was waiting on the taxi rank, and I got a call to pick somebody up from Osborne Road to go to the station, and he says, "I recognise this big huge guy and his wife," and he goes, "I know it was the same guy that kind of conned you. And he went, so when we got to North Station, I told him he had to pay an extra 20p whatever to make up for conning my daughter for carrying the bags. And I remember thinking, yes, go with Dad, sort of thing. That was really good of you to do that for me. I got my money finally. But looking back, my dad never met the dude, you know. He just gave me a few pennies and made up that little story because I was constantly harping on how I didn't want to do bag carrying again because some big scary dude had conned me out of giving me any money. So he'd kind of, you know, just given me a few pennies to probably make me feel better. And it kind of did make me feel better, but I didn't really go bag carrying again after that. I just didn't trust people. So if you're that big guy from years ago, from about 40 odd years ago, if you made a tiny little girl walk all the way to Osborne Road with your gigantic, heavy bag, that was me, yeah? And you owe me 20p. Well, we're just here, there, looking at the big one. And I think, on that note, I think I will finish this little video. I think you've listened to me waffle on enough. So, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Hit the like button. And I will see you all soon in the next one. Goodbye.